What I love most about what I do is the fact that we're able to help good companies that have good products reach their target customers with ease, because that's one of the biggest challenges a lot of the companies we work with tell me. And the fact that once they reach, then we're able to help them sell and close a deal with the target audience or target customer much, much faster than they're able to do it on their own. And I'm just so happy when I see our partners excited when a deal is closed. And I think that's what makes me really happy. It doesn't frustrate me, but it makes me unhappy. Is the time it takes for some of the companies we work with or some of our partners for them to understand that the old way of selling their product and services no longer work. The method of show and tell, show and present, let's just talk to everybody and pitch to everybody, and it's a number game. That old way of selling does not work anymore, especially in B2B, right? You really need to understand who you should target, and you really need to focus more on your target customer instead of wasting a lot of time talking to the wrong people or the wrong customer. So what makes me unhappy is the time that I see a lot of our partners waste in insisting that the way they used to do it is the right way, and they want to continue doing it again and again. And what they realize after a while, after a trial and error, is that it's true, the markets have changed, customers have become much more informed and much more educated, and you know, with Google now, you could pretty much search the competitors and search the benefit and features. So when you go to a customer and try to simply show and tell, you realize very quickly that the customer is already well informed about how do you compare to the competitors. And one of the first things they ask you is, what's unique about you? Now, if you adapt to the old way of showing and telling and not preparing well and not doing your research about the customer and what is their requirement and what is their need and what differentiate you, then you will appear unprepared. You will show up to the meeting unprepared. And most customers are ruthless. They won't give you a second chance to make a first impression. So they're unlikely to give you a second meeting. So you really cannot afford to show up uneducated, unresearched, unprepared for the customer. And this is what makes me unhappy, that a lot of the customers still live in their old way of doing things because it has worked for them in the past 15, 20 years. But soon they come to this market and they realize that the market has moved on, and it's what they think used to work in the past does not work anymore. I wouldn't say I'm the best person to help these companies, but maybe I qualify to help these companies, obviously, because we've been doing business in this region for the past 19 years, almost going on 20 now. So we definitely have the local market experience. Our network and contacts is almost in every industry, not just in the UAE, but also in the region. And obviously, when you work with a royal family office, you can definitely reach beyond your existing network with a simple phone call to any organization. You're pretty much guaranteed to get the meeting that you're requesting. The fact that we have a dedicated academy and a training center that train and coach and develop the sales team of our partners, that gives us a lot of advantage where other organizations who could help may not have. So we recognize the importance of preparing salespeople and sales team before we go out and have meetings with decision makers. And we have that capability, so that helps. What also makes us qualified is the fact that our team is very diversified into different sectors. And the fact that we've helped many companies in different sectors makes us experienced on different products. So whether it's a physical product or a software or a tangible or intangible products that you can touch and feel, it's really irrelevant for us. And I think that's what allows us the capability and the qualification to help. And the fact that we have a big team that operates in 12 different countries and we work together with one objective, is to help our partners succeed. We have offices that range all the way from the east, or from Sydney, Australia, all the way to Silicon Valley in the US. So the knowledge, the combined knowledge and experience of this team that is all around the world, we pull it into one place and we share it with our partners, giving them the biggest advantage and increasing their chance to succeed in this market. I think the world can be much better by reducing poverty, by increasing wealth. And I think governments and businessmen and individuals who are doing well in this world need to play a much more effective role in holding hands and reaching out to those who are less fortunate and get them out of poverty. And you could see whenever you travel to poor countries, you see a lot of poor societies and communities. And that makes me sad. And I feel that with a bit of education in entrepreneurship, you can take any poor person and make him a business owner, no matter how small the business is, a product creator, a service provider, and you make him earn very quickly from his own efforts, instead of depending on a government to find him a job or someone to, lend him a hand or give him charity or anything like that. So my vision for the world is, I wish that our education system will change from producing dependent people on jobs, on wages, on salaries, change that to produce independent people who think of problems, find solutions, and create products and services to serve their customers. So my vision for the world is a complete change in the educational system and a much more active role for businessmen and people that are doing well to help those who are not very fortunate. And I wish this will happen much, much faster. So that burden goes on the government, on the ministers of education and the Ministry of Education, and also on businessmen who should give back to the world. So that's my vision. In terms of what role I can play in that vision, is basically we have an academy, which is Seed Entrepreneurship Academy. The role of that academy is to take young entrepreneurs, startups, and educate them and train them and mentor them to become more independent rather than dependent. And our role also is to convert people who are employees in companies who are dependent on salaries and jobs, and convert them into entrepreneurs who are job creators rather than job seekers. The other role that I also play in this vision is help established companies to grow and scale much faster by helping them and giving them access to decision maker so they can sell their product and services much faster.